Welcome to Mind Your Matter. I'm Jody.
I'm Shannon, and let's get into the conversation.
But when your awareness starts becoming aware that you're in a body,
Yeah.
how much does that kind of like muck up the system a little bit too? You know what I mean? Like,
No, that's the thing is like I was, having that moment of like, oh yeah. No, it's like the thing where Joe Dispenza talks about this. He talks about like um opening your focus. Bo talked about this whenever we did the path of remembrance. Like when you open your focus up, it's like, oh yeah. I'm like this massive space of awareness. And then I bring my attention to all of these other little things. And where my attention goes, my energy flows there, and that thing becomes animated. So it's not just whatever I've manifested in my life that I'm calling 3D or whatever. It's also all of the ideas that I'm holding. All of the ideas that I am holding are being focused on by my attention, and then that idea is either proven true or not, but it's going to be proven true if my attention is on it. So, what's the idea? Like, oh, that I need to heal, or that that I'm broken, or that I need to meditate this many hours a day, or that I need anything at all. That's an idea.
yeah,
Just it's just one of many. Like there's so many ideas. Like,
right. And those are the ones we're conscious of too, right? Like, I was listening to Steve and Melissa did like a little like mini class or whatever, and I was listening to it a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago. And Steve gave the best analogy for what we're conscious of versus what we're not really kind of conscious of, which your awareness can still be on. Even if your conscious mind isn't aware of something, your awareness could have touched on something that then is in your, it's stored up in your bank, basically. And how he described it was he said, okay, if you're poor and you go to the bank, you go into the normal bank and there's the whole customer service, forward facing, all of the, how can I help you today? You fill out your little slip with what you want to do on all that kind of crap. And he's like, now then you have money. He's like, and then you realize there's a different level to the bank or maybe a different location altogether. And you bypass all of that nonsensical customer service BS and you get to experience a deeper kind of level to the banking system. Right. And he basically was like, this is basically like our awareness. He's like, we have the general kind of consciousness of what we're conscious of being aware of. And then we have the next level of the stuff that we didn't even know we were conscious of before. We weren't aware of it. Our awareness hadn't hit that level of knowing that it was aware of those things. And I'm like, because that's how all this subliminal stuff works. That's how television, movies, music, that's how that is influential to people because that's hitting on a level that they don't even understand. They're not even conscious of receiving that kind of programming.
right. Yeah, this is so interesting because I heard someone speaking recently about awareness and about this whole thing is like if you get wrapped up in the world of your mind, right? The mind. Let's say the mind because people like your mind, like the mind. You and I, we actually talked about this years ago about the mind being this like overlay, basically that has things like dropped into it and those things are seeded and then they develop and they manifest whatever. That's at least my perspective about it. So awareness operates beyond the mind, right? Because awareness is this huge field of potential, is really what it is. It's just this infinite area of potential. And this person was talking about awareness and just saying, like, if you're getting caught up in conscious and subconscious, conscious, subconscious, then you're going to be giving your attention to there's this hidden thing inside of me. I don't know what it is. I need to go dig it out. I need to go find it. And then that's where your attention is. Something's in there that's blocking me. Something secret is hiding itself from me. And he's like, you are awareness. You have to tune in to the fact that you're awareness, that you're not this thought
Right.
about your subconscious mind, or that you're this idea or belief
Right.
about what's there. And I was just like, it really is that. And also human beings are so fixated. Like they're just, this whole coming into a body thing has gotten so many people completely derailed and distracted that it's like, this is the world I live in. I have to fix everything. Fix, fix, fix. Which this was our first episode last season.
I mean, it's me. I'm people still. You know what I mean?
I'm just thinking about how that we almost are like full circle back into this conversation of this idea of fixing, which is just an idea. But there's this us, that's the reality of us, that isn't attached to the body. It's not attached to the thoughts and the emotions. It's not attached to the need to fix anything. It's not attached to the ego. It's not attached. It's just the one observing, right? We've heard people talk about this, right? The one that's witnessing and observing the thought that's happening or the thing that's being um, manifested or engaged with, right? It's just sitting there watching it all, the great observer, watching the play.
Yeah.
And then we lose it and we get wrapped up in the I am this person, I am so and so, this is my name, this is where I was born, this is where I came from. And it's all theatrics.
It's all false identity
It's,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is like, because I was talking to somebody who was having trouble meditating. Like, oh, I'm having trouble meditating. I'm like, well, then don't, or whatever. Like, do something else. Like, whatever you want to do. And I'm like, the whole point of that. And I love when Dr. Joe, I think it was Dr. Joe Dispenza explains it when he says to just, you're unfolding.
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite way to remind myself.
Yeah.
Like not, even outside of meditation, like in meditation, it's great, but even outside of meditation, when I get hyper fixated in on something, I'm like, oh, okay, no, I need to unfold again. I have literally wadded this little piece of paper that is this, um, this experience into a little ball. And it's like, no, I just need to unfold, to unwind this thing, let my awareness go back out from me and be. And then it's kind of nuts how chill you can get about literally everything. Because
Everything.
literally everything, you're just kind of like, well, I'm not really worried about it. That's not real. That's not real, and that's not real. And all the things that we think are real because they're in the 3D are not real. It's
No.
not real.
No. It's a Course in Miracles that says, what is real cannot be threatened. Whatever is real can't even be threatened. It can't be touched if it's real.
Yeah.
So it's all this illusion that we're working so hard to protect.
Yeah.
And like control and conserve and spending enormous amounts of time and energy on something that is truly just sifting through our fingers all the time. It's just an illusion. And this experience is supposed to be enjoyable.
Right.
It's supposed to be enjoyable, not catastrophic, like so many people approach. It's like their whole experience is playing the game of healing.
Yeah.
Playing the game of finding the cure.
Yeah.
That's their whole mission.
I'm a seeker. I'm a fixer. I'm an eye roller now.
Like that's become their whole game of this experience. Their game of this experience is I'm so wealthy and I'm this and that. Look, have the things. There are infinite potentials here. Infinite potentials. That's the fun of it.
Right.
So the moment that you can shift yourself, your awareness, and go, as awareness, I'm aware that there's infinite potential here. What am I going to bring attention to? Oh, in this field of infinite possibility, that is me. I decide I'm going to bring my attention to I'm sick, I'm broken, I'm poor, I'm traumatized, my nervous system is dysregulated. Like in a field of infinite possibility, that's what you decided to bring your attention to?
Well,
Because
yeah. Yeah. I'm like, look at all the advertising for those things, though.
I know.
Right. And I mean, I know we've talked about social media, we've talked about the ways that we're influenced, but like my family, we sat down to watch TV, which we never do, but we put on, I don't know, we put on something, and there was a commercial, like one commercial at the beginning of Amazon Prime or whatever, and the limited commercial interruption for it was literally like five different pharmaceutical commercials, like
Yes.
back to back to back to back. And I'm like, this is how we get so focused on a culture of sickness. Like it would be funny if it weren't so kind of sad sometimes to watch people in the cycle. You know what I mean? Like it would be amusing if it weren't sad. But it's kind of sad to look around and be like, okay, this is how we get here. Because whether you like it or not, and this is what I told the people I was sitting with, on my couch, I was like, our awareness is there now. It's on this thing. It's on this. It's focused on this thing. And I think that that's just it. I think we can think that some things are really, this is really small. This is really minor. Your awareness is your currency. It literally
Yeah.
dictates everything, every single thing. And so being so mindful where we place it.
So this is important. Like what you're saying is so valuable because that attention little function that we have. So our awareness, and then we go attention. Oh, look at that, right? Awareness is like all around, and then attention, attention, attention. So when people are like, I just don't know, I must have subconscious programs running my life. You have attention on something that is a belief that you've created wrapped around memories that are stored in your field of information that is you. It's not
playing in your body simultaneously.
right.
Those emotions are absolute chemicals in the body that keep playing on repeat. And then you're like, I don't know why I keep doing the same thing. I've always, I always come back to this. I always loop in this. I always, oh, it must be every subconscious pattern I ever had. Well, okay, sure. Or we can really call it what it is. You zoomed in on something at one point and told yourself a story about it. Now your body knows that story backward and forward and up one side and down the other. And it's going to help keep bringing your awareness to that story constantly.
Right. Right. I was listening to a man by the name of Dr. Don Hoffman. He has information. He's a scientist, I think probably in the area of physics specifically, but he has done a ton of work. And he was talking about like through all of his studying, and he's like, I've studied and I've researched and, go learn, go do that, go be involved in all that. But also when you start to realize that all of this information and everything that you're witnessing out here is literally 0% of what is available. Like that's where we're at. Like this is nothing. And what's available exists in a field that is outside of what your eyeballs see. Like what you're witnessing here is 0. And what is there when your eyes are closed is 100% of what's real. Like that's it. And so he talked about for himself, like he's just gotten to where he's not interested in spending the majority of his time witnessing this 3D because it's really nothing. He's like, I'd rather be in that realm of potential. I'd rather spend my time. He's like, I probably spend 3 hours a day in what people would call meditation, but it's that space that's like, this is where everything really is. He's like, that's where all of my wisdom, my information, my ability to see beyond this realm, it really comes from that time, that space. And I was listening to it and I was like, see, people want to use meditation again as a treatment plan, which is something you and I have already talked about. It's like, oh, this is not working in my life. Let me go try meditation. I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this. And I'm not dogging it. Like, hey, of all the things you could try, might as well.
I meditate daily.
Yeah.
I do.
Me too. I love it, actually. I actually love it. It's just that once you start to really see what's true, and you really do start that process, once you activate it, it really does start to detangle you from this realm of effects. And you see the error in worshiping it. And worship is just attention. So that's what I'm saying. Like giving it your attention, giving it your energy, so-called problems, so-called stressors, Like all of that stuff is just, it's made up. And this is not to take away from anyone's experience. It's just really and truly, it's a selection of information that we have entertained. It's a selection of, it's like some library. It's like the greatest blockbuster there ever was. And you went in and you pulled a video off the shelf and you've been playing it on repeat over and over and over again, convinced that that is your life, that that is the reality of you. You are awareness that has brought its attention to certain things and said, oh, I choose that. I choose to focus on that, and potentially it's through like the TV and being programmed through that, or social media and being programmed through that. And I do understand
Family of origin, what your family of origin
yes.
said was important, what they focused on, that you can see all, I mean, I see programs, I see ways I program my children all the time. I'm like, oh, I did that.
Yep.
That's what
Yep.
I was focused on, right? Because that's what somebody else in my life was focused on at some point.
Right. I think, and this does tend to like really trip people up because this starts to become like some kind of existential crisis that people can go through whenever they start to detangle themselves from this false identity, from this false sense of this is who I am. And really, you're just a character in this simulated experience. And as awareness, you've focused attention on expressing in this way, right? This is me, and I have this name and I have this place that I reside and I have all these traits and things. And then we get really wrapped up in the theatrics of it and we start to believe that it's the totality of us. And we forget that we're this grand awareness that exists in a field of infinite potential and can touch and tap into anything. So the moment that I'm willing to shift my attention to something else is the moment of change. It is the moment of accessing the new reality, accessing the new potential. But we want to go through a process. And really, what we're saying is, I'm just going to keep being who I am and then try to put on another facade of this is me now, you
Yeah.
know, and it doesn't work. It creates so much dis-ease in this pseudo physical experience that we're having,
It creates conflict. It
Mhm.
creates conflict between, and especially between the part of us that knows it's done and the part of us that's still waiting for it to
Yeah,
happen.
right. Right. You and I had this really cool experience a few weeks ago through the Path of Remembrance. And the whole thing about this conversation was speaking about like the essence of us, the truth of us, um, being completely one with source, whatever you want to call that, God, creator, source, energy. And that at that level of oneness, there is no frequency, there's no vibration. It just is. That's it. It just is. And that the more that we or the further we move from that is into physical manifestation, right? The frequency begins to vibrate, move at a slower and slower rate of speed until we are in like this density that we call the 3D. Um, but we were talking about that, and you were sitting there listening. Sorry. And you were like saying that it made you think of, that we needed to mind your isness, basically. And I laughed whenever I heard it. I was like, yeah, exactly. Because if God is source and God is where everything originates, why would God come down into this third dimensional experience, which is all just for the fun of it, and try to solve problems from this level of awareness when it's operating from everything? Do you know what I'm saying? But that's us. That's us being like, I have to fix this. Oh my God, I'm sick. I have to figure out how to fix my body. It's like your body descended from everything, from this awareness, this complete and total oneness with all things. And you're down in your body trying to fix your body from the level of your body. Like, I'm sorry, what? Make that make sense. So this is about well, I think you have a really good way of putting it, but it's like this whole idea of minding your isness. Like, what is that? What does that look like?
Yeah. And to me, it's super simple. Like we want to make that, we always want to make everything so complicated, right? And I
Right.
mean, I guess good for us because then we have stuff to talk about. Because because otherwise it really comes down to the same conversation that you and I have probably been having for the entire time we've been friends, right? Which is there is no separation. There is only perceived separation. And it's whatever we perceive, wherever we're putting our attention, rather than minding our isness. Like, yep, I am the thing that doesn't have to worry about the things.
Right.
But whenever we want to start zooming in on the things instead, to the, I mean, to the point where you forget this thing up there. I think it's fine when we can zoom in on something and simultaneously still be unfolding. And right,
Yes. Yes.
isn't that the life? Right? When we're really able to be like, because I tend to vacillate, like I'm pretty good at doing one or the other of these things. And
Mhm.
it's just now getting to the point where I can sort of start feeling into doing them simultaneously, right? So we can all get laser focused. I don't know a single person. People are like, I have trouble focusing. No, you don't. You have trouble focusing on what you want to focus on in the moment, but you don't have any trouble focusing, right?
Right.
You can focus on all your problems and whatever. I've talked to you before. We know, right? Not you, but universal
Oh
you.
yeah. No, I can. No, I can.
Oh, girl, you know I can too. Right. But like we can zoom in on that stuff. And
Right.
then we can also zoom out and be awareness. And because I told you, like, I'm in a place right now where I think I'm very good at just zooming out and being like, well, that doesn't really matter. And that doesn't matter. Also, that's not real and that doesn't matter. But I think that that sweet spot is when we can zoom in and mind our isness at the same time.
Yeah.
I can look at something and still hold the peripheral vision, right?
Well, it's genius because what that allows me to do is to have the experience without making it mean anything.
Right.
Like I get to have the experience and it doesn't mean anything. And it's just like, oh, I like that. Yes, select that, please. I select that one. That I enjoy that. And then it's like, oh no, that was not good. Swipe. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get something else in here. Like that really is supposed to be what we're doing here.
Yes.
And obviously, this conversation is going to be who it's for um, in that regard, because it does take a level of I am aware. I have brought this into my space of awareness. And now I'm accessing this new level of awareness. And I'm going, oh, because I'll tell you what, something that I've noticed for myself is that as I really do begin to tune myself into these new places of awareness, within this infinite field of potential, I'm tuning into new awareness, like new potentials and new possibilities. Suddenly, information that matches that is what's coming into my space and not that other junky stuff. This other information is coming in from other people who are also like, yes, 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 I'm on that frequency too. I'm tuned into that possibility too. That's what this is all about. Is like there's so much available to us. And it's because of that narrowed focus that we've lost ourselves in the realm of personality and ego and identity. We've lost ourselves in the realm of identity because at the level of isness, we don't have any labels attached to what that is.
Right. The
It,
Bible says that, by the way. The Bible says that in Christ there is no Greek or Hebrew or male or female or whatever. Like, there's none of that.
there's none of it.
No identity. Like,
Oh,
that's all
yeah.
nonsense. That's not real. That's not real. It's part of the game.
It's part of the game. It's supposed to be part of the fun of this process. But when you lose yourself to this little self that wants to fix and obsess and, prove and, deal with fear and trauma and talk about trauma and how to regulate from the trauma, like, you're spending this magnificence of you giving your attention to that, that's what you're choosing. This conversation can get really sticky because there's some things that could be said here that probably step on people's toes. But the fact of the matter is, the condition of our world is such that what we bring our attention to expands.
I'm, and here's the issue, right? I think some people who would have issue with this even are people that will love to talk about conspiracies and all that kind of stuff like all day long. This is the part that cracks me up because we can talk about how, oh, this world is a matrix and the creators of it, the designers are just, designing everything to our detriment and, whatever, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, whoever, all of us architecting this thing that we're living in, right? This lovely group simulation that we're playing in.
Mhm.
Um, we all do it and we're all part of it, right? Like when we say things like I think about 9/11 and talking to my kids about 9/11 when they've asked questions about it. And what was the slogan around 9/11? Never forget. And how many things though are programmed with exactly that thing, right?
Yeah.
Never forget. Never forget. What does that mean? You're going to keep your attention on it. Part of your awareness is going to stay there at all times. And to any other tragedy, right? We won't ever forget this. Oh, cool. So what we're saying is we're just going to keep putting our attention, putting our awareness, we're going to keep focusing our awareness.
But we also keep that timeline running.
A
We
hundred percent.
we keep that trajectory running, 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 running because we won't forget it.
A
Because
hundred.
we let it go and be like, well, I don't select that as a potential in my existence.
Right.
So, again, you can say these things, and the human in most people is going to be very incensed about, the audacity to not sit and remember those that were lost in that experience. It's just at some point, my thing is like, well, how much longer do you want to sit here and give your attention to all of the shenanigans going on here? Like,
Right.
it's complete craziness, and it just perpetuates those feelings of loss and those feelings of instability and those feelings of fear, which makes you easily accessible to be manipulated into whatever they decide. So how much longer do you want to do that? You
Right.
know, um,
Well,
I'm
in the Dr. Phil question, right? How's that working for you?
right.
How's that
Right.
working for you? Like you can do it all you want to. Like I'm not saying that you can't and
Right.
that you can't go be an activist for whatever cause or do whatever thing, lights you up or whatever. Like go for it. Have a great time. Um, but how's it working for you? Is it really lighting you up?
Right.
I don't know
Yeah.
very many activists who are lit up.
Yeah. Is your life better? Do you feel more harmonious? Do you feel more at peace?
Yeah, you excited to get up in the morning?
Yeah. Do you feel less incited about all kinds of things? Do you feel less attached to your fear or more attached to your fear? Do you feel less attached to this victimhood idea or more attached to it? Like,
Yeah. How's your nervous system?
right. Right. With all that trauma informed work you've been doing, it's like we really sometimes, I'm not sometimes, I think it's essential that we pull ourselves back into this space of awareness and go, I have to remember I am the one. I am in charge here. I am in charge. And if I don't remember that, then I will be lost inside this illusion.
Yep.
And I will give my time, energy, and attention to the illusion. And I will get on a soapbox about all the things I think are wrong with the illusion. And I will fight and give my energy against the things that I think are corrupting the illusion. And it's all an illusion. And I'm forgetting that it's all an illusion, that this is an experience for me to have to master, to architect myself. Like I'm the one that's supposed to be designing this experience, me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why we're here. That's why we're having this conversation. It's like all of the ways that people are losing that really important piece of information.
Mhm.
Like, yes, 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 you're here. And also, you chose to be here. You selected where you would exist, how you would exist, and the avatar that you would consciously embody. And so don't forget that you are the designer of your experience. Don't forget that you're the one creating it. Otherwise, you're just going to be over in default mode and you're just living according to the default settings that have already been set up here. Like you want to live that way, that's fine. Have at it. But you can't be in a conversation about minding your isness if you're going to be on default mode.
No, no, they don't go together. It's just not, it's not real. Like you said, you're getting sucked into the matrix.
Right.
Like you're literally just getting sucked right in. Um, and then, I mean, fine. Also, for people who want to do that, for people who want to experience that, great.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably not the conversation for you. This is probably not the podcast for you. but,
Right, bubble.
yeah, I'm like, but if you're ready to do the designer thing, the architect thing, that's where minding your isness comes in because all you have to do is, kind of keep reminding yourself to unfold. For
Yes.
some of us, it's like, okay, well, what does that look like when I unfold? Because for me, I'm the kind of person I'll grip tightly to things,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I'm the only one. I think I see that in a lot of different people,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like, a teacher that you and I both love, he would say, well, what happens if you just let go?
Right.
Right. And I think that that is what that unfolding really kind of starts to allow you to do. Okay, well, let me
Right.
just unfold my awareness from all the places that I've been gripping and holding and worrying and overthinking. And let's just let go. Let's just
Yeah.
unfold.
Yeah, because this conversation, you and I could get into it so deep in terms of like, look at all the places where you're making meaning and look at all the things that you've decided this means about you because your body feels this way, or because your finances are this way, or because your relationships are this way, or because you live in this area, or because you have this job, or whatever. Like, look at all the things that you've made it mean, you know? Oh, I feel bad. That means I'm sick. That means I'm not doing well. That means whatever,
I'm
or
not worthy. Life is hard. Like we've all heard it. Like everybody has that list of limiting beliefs. If you don't know, go Google it. There'll be a whole list of limiting beliefs that will pop up for you just immediately, right? People have broken this down 7 ways from Sunday, but they're no closer in talking about these limiting beliefs. They're no closer to getting past them because, again, most people are trying to fix them with some modality, some system that exists inside of this matrix in which they were created.
right.
That's
This is why I left the world of, yeah, this is why I left the world of personal development, because I'm like, wait, you want me to sit here and fix my personality, which is totally made up 100%. So I just need to create a better personality. I need to look, and this even gets into the conversation around self-concept. Like, if my self-concept is still spinning around making my person different, my person better, then I'm still lost because I'm still thinking that this personality
yeah,
is the totality of me,
yeah,
right? And my identity, the truth of who I am, is permanent. It is the only thing real about me. It cannot be attacked. It can't be harmed. It can't be thwarted in any way. The ego, the personality, certainly it can all the time, and it is. But it's like I didn't want to. I'm not going to perpetuate that nonsense. The nonsense of personal development. No, this is just like I'm in the game and I'm trying to be the character that like gets all the little bonus points. Like that's what that is.
yeah. You're talking about like leveling up your avatar. That's a whole different situation. Like I'm leveling up my character. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
As long as you realize, right, that you're not that character.
right.
You're not that character. And that's me if we talk about self-concept, that's what I'm always talking about. Is like I'm talking about that part of you that is not that is the awareness.
Yeah,
That's true self-concept is to know, oh no, like because I will always tell people like don't do you have that place, and I will always say kind of inside of myself because I always kind of close my eyes for a second, not so much anymore, but before I would kind of close my eyes to get to that place inside of myself that's unbothered by anything, where it's
yeah,
like, oh yeah, this is nonsense, I'm not worried about this at all.
yep,
I'm like, that right there, that's
yep.
yourself. That's the self. That's your self concept. That's, and I'm like, you have access to that all the time, not just when you close your eyes and not just when whatever, like not just when you're meditating, not just when you're in a good mood or high vibe or not just whatever. That's always there.
Yeah.
Actually always there and you don't have to do anything.
Right. Right.
Be aware of it.
Exactly. That's it. Remember yourself. Remember. Yeah. This is I don't at the point that you and I are at in terms of like our commitment to how we experience ourselves and the world around us. There's not any other conversation to have right now, because it's like, no, 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 no. Don't get caught up in the noise out here. Just don't get caught up in it. You want to watch TV? Great. Understand it's all entertainment for your little personality that's decided it doesn't want to engage right now. It just wants to be entertained, right? Don't believe anything that you're seeing. Don't give yourself over to that. Like let it come in and let it move out just as fast as it came in and just let it be something that's there for you. But it's this idea that I am this experience that I'm having, or that I measure myself against the experience that I'm having, as though this is telling me something about myself. It's like, no, 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 no. You've lost yourself is the only thing it could possibly tell you. It's like, you're lost. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Like that, to me, that's the thing that constantly comes up for me is when I watch things or I see people experiencing things. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You're just asleep. You need to wake up.
Yeah.
You need to wake up. That's it.
Yeah. Or you forgot. You forgot. Here,
Yeah.
snap back into it.
Yeah.
You forgot for a minute. It's okay.
Right, right, right. You've stayed plugged into that little janky simulation for a little bit too long, and you started to believe that it was the only thing that existed.
Yeah.
And kind of lost yourself there for a minute. It's okay. We're coming back. We're coming back. We're remembering ourselves. And I think that minding your isness is like you really have never left that space. You didn't. You chose an opportunity to have an experience of yourself, your true self, to have an experience out here, right? The sensory thing. But when you got into the experience and you disconnected from your awareness of that source, is when you started buying into the belief of separateness. And it's like, if you keep living in this space of, I need this tool to help me remember myself, like in terms of, like, you said this earlier, I just need to come back to myself. Like, no, you just need to wake up because you never left yourself. You've been asleep. You took a nap. That's what happened. You took a nap. You're just waking up. That's what's going on.
You just got busy. You just got pulled into the game. I just like how I explain it when my kids and I were talking about this is like, it's like, sorry if I'm offending anybody who's listening to this, but it's like those grown men who live in their parents' basements playing video games, right? Where they have become, it's like, no, I'm King Killer 74216. That's their identity in the game. That's like who they are in the game. It's like, I have 9 million lives and 7 million pieces of armor and whatever, right? They are in it. But it's like, no, actually, Harold, you're a 42-year-old dude living in your parents' basement playing video games. That's what's happening, right? You never stopped being that while you were being king, killer, whatever. You never stopped being that. You don't have to come back to that. What you have to do is just remember that that's a game and that this is real.
Right.
It's literally the analogy for it is comical.
Yes, because now we're going to get into this conversation where people are like, oh, the reason that you can't make more money is because your nervous system can't hold more money. And so this subconscious thing is rejecting. Listen, if you give your attention to that, then that is going to prove itself true in your experience.
Yeah. And then hopefully then you can form a new belief that gets yourself over that. Hopefully you can buy whatever product that they're selling or whatever thing that they're selling you and get to the next level and get over that. Hopefully.
Right. Right.
Because if you're going to live by that system, you are going to live by that system. You're going to die by that system.
And that's the nervous system that we're talking about. listen, we all in a human body, yes, we know we have a nervous system. We understand. It's at this point, there's so much information out there. If you don't know what the nervous system is, please Google it. Like at this point, but it's like,
Don't put your focus on that.
but you're putting, that's what I'm saying. Is like now all the focus is nervous system, nervous system. If you want to create wealth, work on your nervous system. If you want to have health, nervous system. And it's like, wait a minute. You mean that I am this infinite field of awareness and I'm not having the experience I desire in this illusion because of a system that was created from my I amness.
Right. From my awareness.
Yeah. So from my awareness that is infinite potential, it's somehow dysfunctional. And I now have a system that has low capacity because it was infiltrated by an illusion. And that system needs to be recalibrated while I process the illusion. No, you lost me already. Like, what are we talking about? You made it so freaking complicated, and that's the personality. The personality loves to do it.
Right. God said, I'm going to give you these really big desires and zero capacity to hold any of them. Isn't that going to be fun? Good luck. What?
But I will send people who can teach you about how to increase your capacity.
That's right. That's
because,
right.
You know, we're all just human. That's all that's going on here. But we're also God, but we're just human, but we're also God. And I know that's confusing to you, but I don't want to confuse you at all because God is not the author of confusion, but also while you're here,
right,
out some more confusion to you. Like you're an unlimited being, but you have these limits and we need to focus on this.
Right.
Like you are literally the direct expression of the mind of God, but also you have a subconscious mind that's sabotaging you. Like there is God, but there's also this devil that really wants to come and get you. Like, just want to let you know. It's comical. Like, I mean, honestly, if you start to look at it from this place, you start to go, what am I giving myself to?
Yeah. What am I doing? What am I doing?
What's happening here? What is actually going on? Am I going to keep spinning in this loop of good and bad, high, low, in and out? Like, it's a mess.
Yeah. I talked to somebody this week and she said to me, well, I just want to be my best self. I just want to be my best self. And I'm like, well, then you would not have probably come down here to the third dimension.
Let me know if you find the store called Best Self and what costume you buy whenever you get in there, because what are we talking about?
I just was sitting there. I was like, I felt like Jennifer Lawrence in the meme. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah. Okay. Your best self. I mean, what? Like, do you just mean that you're here to have all the fun experiences that you choose? Like all the cool things? You want to do all the cool things? Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. I'm here for that. That sounds great. But like this concept of, and I hear this from people all the time, like I just, I want to heal people, but I'm like, you didn't come here to do that.
Yeah, no.
You didn't come here to heal people. You didn't come here to heal yourself. Like for, people who want to teach that lesson, right? You didn't come here to heal yourself either, right? You just came here to, I love the way that you talk about this, about literally just following your desires. That's it. I came to move in the direction of my desires. That's all I came here to do. Thank you and good night. And guess what? That's not just true for you. That's true for everybody. Everybody came here for that same reason.
Well, yeah, because desire is what brought you here. So why are you trying to veer from desire?
Right.
Like, that's how you got here. Desire popped you right into incarnation. So why are you changing the game now and thinking that it's all about controlling your experience? Right. It is about selecting your experience for sure.
Yes.
It is about authoring that, but controlling it, Mm-mm. That's all personality.
All personality. Control is all personality.
Right.
It's fear. Control is fear.
Yeah.
Control says, I don't know what happens next. And that is how you know that you are in an overly focused state, right?
Yeah.
Fear shows you where you're overly focused.
Yeah. Yep. So on that note, we'll leave you with these ideas to think on and ponder until we are with you again in the next conversation. Do you have anything else, Shannon, before we're done?
We're great.